There's no stapler! I want my stapler! Stapler! And...
Welcome to the Simpleton Review. We are so glad you're here, and we appreciate you stopping by, even if it's for 20 seconds, which most of you just normally say, wow, this is a piece of shit, and you move on. It's fine. It's fine. I totally get it. It's okay. I'm not that great. The rest of them, they're fantastic. Me, I'm the host, but I suck. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Totally. All right, this time we're going to be talking about The Conference. It's a movie on Netflix, and I got to cough for a second, of course. Okay.
Every time.
The movie is called
Simpleton's bingo
Conference.
right there.
What'd you say?
Simpleton's bingo right there, Nate coughing.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's when you have to do a drinking game.
True.
All right, The Conference is a team-building conference for municipal employees. Turns into a nightmare when accusations of corruption begin to circulate and plague the work environment. At the same time, a mysterious figure begins murdering the participants. Then it has like keywords. The keywords are like male nudity, slasher comedy, killer, terror, plague, ragtag. Characters killed one by one. Characters murdered one by one. European horror.
European horror.
All right, so let's talk about The Conference. Who wants to go first? You know what, I'm going to pick on you first. Why don't you tell us what you thought, since it was your pick, about The Conference?
Well, it felt like mostly a stereotypical slasher movie where there's a random person who just kills everybody for like no reason. Except there is a reason, you just don't find out till later. Also, not everybody dies, which I guess was kind of a nice change of pace. But none of the characters were particularly likable in this movie. Not a single one.
I don't think they were meant to be.
Yeah, it was...
That's why you were at a conference.
Yeah. And I'm assuming it was meant to be like some sort of like a satire on things, but I don't think I fully understood the humor, if I'm being honest.
Okay. All right, Trista, how about you?
Well, I don't know what Lem's talking about. I thought this one was a blast.
Okay.
It was an absolute blast. Yeah, it's super corny, and like, I think it's intentionally silly because, I don't know, the humor of it, like the one lady in it talking through the conference, she sounds like a proper company infomercial the entire time until she's killed. I thought it was wonderful. It was just so silly. I'm laughing the whole time. They did get me on a few of the gory bits, like the one guy's scalp just being detached. I was laughing when he was like picking at it and stuff. I was just like, no, what?
You were laughing. Okay, well, what about the very end? Were you laughing then?
No. I think the ending was a little lacking for me, I will admit. I felt like they could have done something more with it because it kind of just drops off in the last 10 minutes or so, which was kind of a shame because I was really like looking forward to some like really dramatic ending with it, and it just didn't happen. I kind of liked the humor of it. I liked how ridiculous. I just found it super fun.
I'm gonna agree with you there because I grew up on these things, Friday the 13th, all the slasher flicks, and it was good fun. I like that they brought it to like a mixture of The Office and like a dramatic Office versus a comedy Office, more like Office Space. If you've seen the film there, where it's still kind of funny, but they really do pick on everything like really harshly, and they did that throughout the conference. And, you could want to cut a piece of the cake too, but, I did like that they started with the camp staff first. Got them all, like, just nailed everybody. It's like, it's all done. Now we'll take everybody else that is important. I did think that, I pretty much think that they left people behind because they ran out of money for the budget. Like, otherwise they would have had everybody murdered by the end.
Yeah.
It's okay, folks. I'm still here.
You good over there? You look like you're struggling.
You
You look like you're in an earthquake right now.
Life is a struggle. That's all I'm gonna say. Life is a struggle. All right, keep on talking. Has everybody said their 2 cents? It's my turn, isn't it? Here,
it's your turn.
Have fun.
After you're done suffering through an earthquake over there, yeah.
Wow, the way that light is shining on my glasses makes me look evil.
Batman.
That makes it more appropriate for this film.
There we go. How about that?
so much.
So, let me tell you about the conference, because these guys have no idea what they're talking about. I will tell you the true story about the conference. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But what I did find interesting is it was interesting to see a horror movie from a different cultural perspective, I guess, because almost all the horror movies we almost always see are from an American perspective. And it has the same tropes over and over and over and over again, right? Whether you're watching Halloween, or you're watching Friday the 13th, or you're watching Nightmare on Elm Street, or whatever, it's always like, okay, they're a bunch of teenagers, they have sex, they die. That's pretty much a horror movie in America, is it not? I mean, almost every horror movie ever made is generally sexual in nature. It's this weird thing that always goes on. This one, there was a little bit, but it wasn't much. And the biggest one was the guy, the antagonist of the group, you know, and his like standing in front of a mirror naked because he thought he was really cool or something. I don't know what it was, but I did appreciate the fact that the people that you thought maybe were going to get like just totally offed at the very beginning or quickly were the ones that ended up surviving the entire movie. I also appreciated the fact that not everybody died. That's a change of pace, because it's always, you know, in an American horror movie, it's always one person survives, you know, and then sometimes they don't even survive because you think they survived, and then the last second of the movie before the credit rolls, the bad guy jumps out of nowhere and kills that person, or whatever, right? Very cliche, very trope-ish and formulaic, and this one had some formula. I thought the gore was interesting. I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily over the top, but it was definitely weird. Like, their cut sequences, the way they cut to different scenes was interesting as well. And I mean, you could tell that they had a smaller-ish budget for this movie, but they did like the best they could with what they had.
I was gonna say, I thought some of their practical effects were actually pretty good. Like, not what I was expecting, at least.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was good. You could tell, like I said, I think it was lower budget, but it was interesting to hear or see a different cultural take on the horror movie, you know, film. So, all right, let's give our scores. Tristan, go first.
I'm gonna give it a solid like 4, because I thought it was a lot of fun watching it. I was laughing through a lot of it, but I don't know if that was intentional or not. It just worked that way, and I just had a blast.
It'd be interesting to know if that was intentional, like they understood the cheesiness of the movie. As Americans, I think we're so jaded that we probably laughed at things that maybe other people wouldn't laugh at. I don't know. So it'd be interesting to know what they were intending. Charlie, how about you?
So I'm gonna go with a 3.5. I'm gonna equate this to like House from the early 90s. If you've ever seen that film, it's like the first like one of the early like spoof horrors where they got a lot of laughs out of it, and I loved it. And I think this one like rides along the same vein.
Yeah, my mom took me to see that when I was like 10 or 11 at the theater.
That's a great movie.
All right, Lemuel, what about you?
I think I'm going to give it like a 2.5.
Okay, good score for a horror movie.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch slashers in the first place. The only one I've really ever watched, but it's like a parody, is like the Evil Dead kind of thing.
Evil Dead, yes. Army of Darkness.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil is pretty good too, but those are like, they stand above for a reason, you know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. I am going to agree with my son on this one. 2.5 from me. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it by any means. I laughed probably more than maybe I was supposed to. There were some scenes that were like, is this necessary? I mean, I did find myself asking, like, was this really necessary?
Best part is that mask, though. You gotta agree that the best part is that big mask.
Yeah.
I like that there was like no reason to it either, though. Like,
Yeah. It was an interesting movie. So, well, I mean, this is a wide range in scores for us. Usually we're pretty close on our scoring, but we had a wide range. So, those of you who have seen the conference, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you thought it was great and deserves better scores than what we gave it, please let us know. If you said, man, this is a waste of time and Netflix should take it off its streaming service because it's taking up bandwidth, do that as well. I don't mind. We'd love to have the interaction, even if you think we're a bunch of idiots. because we are.
At least I am.
Simpleton is as Simpleton does.
That's right. Exactly. So thanks so much for joining us here on the Simpleton Review. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
There's no stapler! I want my stapler! Stapler!
All right, so we're on our last one on a wing and a prayer, which is pretty much what it took for me to get through the movie. All right. It's so weird being the same age as old people. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, we'll take you out for sodas or something. I don't
That's
know.
right, Charlie. You know that commercial, right? That's right.
Yeah, that's sliding for you, all right.
Hello.
You look like a deep sea diver.
Podcast. Yeah, right.
That's from Alien. Or Aliens, where they had the spacesuits that had the lights
Oh,
on them.
true.
Do you like jazz, Trista?
Really?
Whoa, wait a minute. This is a family show.